to be picked for this game, and it speaks volumes about your program and kind of where you're at.
Yeah, it definitely means a lot to us to be chosen to play an early game like this. Really thank ESPN for giving us this opportunity. Thank our commissioner Doug Fullerton and the Southland commissioner Tom Burnett. I mean, and what they did to really help get this done. It's huge. It's huge for both programs. I think it's huge for both leagues. I think it's huge for FCS football as a whole. So to be on that stage and to be in that moment, to come August 23rd, it means a ton to our guys and to everyone here at Eastern Washington.
It's in August 23rd, I think, is that the date? Does that give any challenges to you guys for preparing for the season?
Not too much. I mean, really, you just know you're going to come in a little bit earlier than you normally would. But sometimes by the time you hit August 20th or 21st, you're ready to hit someone else anyway. And I'm sure they would say the same. So you just get in a little bit earlier than you normally would. And and you go from there. And you're going to end up with one more bye week than you would have had, because of that move, which sometimes that can be a good thing too throughout the year. So no, I don't think there are any true challenges to it.
You just completed one recruiting season, but how much does something like this boost you guys in the eyes of recruits when you go on the road?
Oh, it's huge. Anytime you have a chance to, parlay some successful seasons with also national exposure, and this will obviously be national exposure, it just adds to that. It adds to getting juniors that are going to be seniors to maybe be a little bit quicker to decide on your program than maybe in years past when it took all the way into January. It's gonna allow to be in homes that normally wouldn't see us. In terms of national televised, and it does. It springboards towards being able to invite these senior student athletes to ball games, during the fall that maybe came off. Hey, a month ago we saw you on ESPN. Yeah, I want to go over to a game. I saw that place on TV. I mean, it all adds to that. So there's no question. The level of it's hard to measure exactly, but it's big.
And what a great matchup! Obviously, they've got the ball rolling as well, just as well as you guys. Just talk about them as a team and what they bring to the table.
Oh, they've been great in a lot of ways. I mean, obviously, and we know that firsthand. Suffering a couple of tough losses against them, one at our place in the playoffs, and one down there last year, and they earned those victories. I mean, they beat us in both those games. I know the one up here was close, but for a while they were beating us pretty handily. And last year, I think they did a really good job, against us. And I felt like we were a pretty darn good football team, yet. They took us down a little bit to reality early in the year, and it was a good wake-up call for us. But ultimately, give them credit. They've been consistent for a number of years, and I don't see that changing. And consistent on both sides of the ball, and special teams as well. So very athletic, very well coached, and very good schematically in terms of what they did in all three phases of the game.
A couple of schools have thought some coaches like to start a little slower and then lead into the season. Others, like you last year with Oregon State, you started right off the hop. Does that help, having had that experience in Corvallis, to go into a game like this?
I think so, and I think for us it's been kind of it's what we've done. So I mean, even last year, going into Oregon State, well, we had gone into Idaho and WSU the year before that. We had gone into UW the year before that, Nevada. You can go down the line all the way back to my first year here as a head coach with Texas Tech and Colorado. So that's kind of our style. That's what we've enjoyed doing that. We enjoy that challenge. I think a lot of times too, when you have that sort of game one, whatever it might be, it can add to your intensity in the spring and in the summer. You want to say, well, that shouldn't matter, Well, it does. We're human, so that's going to mean something. We're going to be excited talking about this as a team, in terms of even in winter ball. When we're going through stuff in February, you're already able to talk about that because our guys are hungry to come back and play these guys again, and rightfully so. So it definitely is something that we enjoy around here, and I'll never be one to want to shy away from playing a very tough and challenging early schedule, because I think that becomes the ultimate opportunity to do something great on a stage, and sometimes a national stage, but also to do great things past the regular season. I think these tough opponents early help you towards that.